Hello, and welcome back to another Sudoku with Tsvetii. Today is Saturday, which means it's time for another hard puzzle to push ourselves and make ourselves a little bit uncomfortable so that we may grow as a Sudoku player and as a person at large. Hope that you've been doing well this week. However often you have been hanging out with me throughout this week, if it is just once or this is your first time stumbling in and you forgot to set a timer for your Totino's pizza rolls, and you are joining us, I welcome you in. So, as we solve that first three, second three, third three, solving threes over here. But as is per tradition now, on Saturdays, I just kind of give some life updates for myself. And so if you want to click off the video, go ahead. This video is, I would argue, is mostly for me to talk to myself about what I've been doing and the things I've been doing to try to get better and try to get healthier, happier, yada, yada, yada. Or sorry, in chowder speak, rada, rada, rada. But I've been doing well this week. As most of you know, or are just tuning in to know, I've been struggling with my weight I would say for a majority of my life, but I've gotten most of it under control, and I was at one point over 300 pounds, and now I am comfortably at 240, but I've been getting too comfortable after getting all the way down to 225. I got too comfortable and allowed myself to get all the way back up to 250, and then I've kind of cut it out, but I've been very good about going to the gym and very good about staying active. So you got to take the good with the bad sometimes. We know 7 is in the middle down here, so we know 7 is over here. But yes, I've been pretty proud of myself throughout this week, and I've been pretty good about not overeating or not over consuming much throughout these last couple weeks, even though the scale has been, a slow positive trends. It has certainly been 6 and 8, so we know 5 is over here, so over that 5. So we know 5, 6 and 8 over here, so we know 6 and 9 are right here, or 5 and 9 are right there rather, which means that cannot be 5, which means that cannot be 5. So 5 is in the middle here. Okay. Dial it back. Yeah. But what I've been trying to say is I've been doing fairly well, even though it's been a little bit of a struggle and it's been kind of up and down, kind of yo-yoing for a little bit for the most part. But I would consider it overall a very successful venture thus far. I will say, as I've been chronicling, I did have a moment today, and I suppose this is a tribute to me creating a habit and being stubborn enough to keep seeing it through. When I woke up today, I genuinely did not want to go to the gym. My back was hurting. I've been reworking and working on stabilization in my back and my hips, just to strengthen myself more, to be healthier and be able to do more things and not just be in pain all the time. And I woke up super sore. My left hip was super sore all like a morning, like almost like an aching pain in the morning. And I hated it because I was just like, I'm back where I effing started. But that's okay sometimes, you can't really control what happens to you. You can really control how you react to it. And one thing that I did, as those could technically be 6s, one thing that I did was I was just saying like, hey, I know I really don't want to go to the gym today, but I promised myself I needed to lift weights today. And so if we walk to the gym instead of jogging to the gym, we walk to the gym, let's lift weights, and then we don't even have to jog or run or anything. We can just walk home and just see how we're feeling. And so I did a little light stretching at home, mostly just for the calves, quads, and hamstrings. And then I got outside and just out of habit, because I was like, okay, let's see how bad my hip is. I started jogging and felt fine. And so I started jogged to the gym, and then I worked out, had a decent workout, not the best workout I've ever had in my life, but certainly a decent workout, all things considered. So I was able to still get a workout in, and then afterwards I got cardio I did cardio to get 60 active minutes for the day. So I was very much on top of things and very proud of myself. When I was driving to work, I made a note to just take that time to appreciate that I still tried to go to the gym, still tried to be active, and I was active when I could have easily just let it all slip away and just kind of accept I just didn't feel it today. I still did it, and I was proud of myself for that. So yes, I will say that is one of those dudes celebrating their W's kind of things. Like, hey, I'm not becoming a model of consistency by any means. We know 4 has to actually be up here. Like I said, I'm no model of consistency or anything, but I certainly have gotten a lot better at it. And I think it's just because I've been exercising essentially, not every day, of course, but I've been exercising 5 days out of the week while on my day off on Monday, and then Tuesday through Friday I've been working out, and then Saturday I normally just have to walk a lot at work, so I don't go to the gym. And that's kind of my happy medium. So I'm active, extremely active for 6 days out of the week. And then on Sunday is when I run all my errands. So I'm still active to a lesser extent, but I am still very active. So I've been very good about not constantly keeping myself active, but for the most part, keeping myself very active and keeping myself moving instead of just kind of sulking on the couch or anything like that. And hey, that solves that for us, which is very nice. Because I was starting to run out of stuff to yap about, and it would just be kind of one of those sad videos where I just look sad because I have no idea what's going on, and I'm like, why can I not solve this? But we have gotten past that point as we have solved that 5. Shout out you, number 5. Do not clip that. Do not clip that. Okay. Well, we do know 6 is potentially one of these, and it's a mess over here, but we will get through it. We do know the 1 is over here, so we do know 1 is actually here in the middle. Oops. Yeah, we know that 1 is up there on the either end, and then that's really all we got for 1s. Ew. Excuse me, I'm starting to get a little tired, but that is okay. I've had a very long and pretty productive day. I'm going to try to work on music a little bit afterwards, and until I am about to start falling asleep. And then I'm going to go to bed. And then I'm going to do it all over again. And that's something that I've been very proud of, is that I've been building, as I kind of talked in yesterday's video, I've been building these habits that were not really taught to me. It's just been trial and error for the most part. It's just been wanting to improve, seeing how other people do it by looking up like workout videos or something like that, and then seeing how I can apply that and actually incorporate it into my life. And I think that's the novel thing that I've been very happy about, is that I've been willing and able to try to make changes and being able to execute on those changes and try to get better. And I still struggle with things every now and then, as we all do, but I am beginning to get to a point where I am getting very good with personal progress and even making conscious efforts to get a little bit better at the things I want to get better at, like whether it is music or recording for YouTube or improv, or I don't know if you can tell, but most of my videos are improvised. And I feel that I am getting a lot better at speaking, especially when it's something I relate to. And that's where I've been getting my topics for the videos. I've been very good about planning out a topic and then talking about it, whether it directly or indirectly, or making a parallel with the empty cells or something like that. I'm not trying to wax poetic or anything. I'm just trying to get the point across to myself and figure out how I can get that point across to myself more than anything, if that comes off well. Yeah, we do know 1 and 4 have to be down there. Okay, so that's 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. We know 6 and 8, so we know 8 cannot be here, obviously, so 8 is down here. Can that be anything else? Or then it can technically be a 7. Dang it. Ooh. Technically be an 8, but no, it cannot, right? 5. That'd be a 6. Technically, never mind. Well, we tried. I thought I had something going there, but I thought I was cooking. Who let him cook? By the way, complete non sequitur, because I do not believe in the segue. I went to the grocery store and the child in me was so excited when I saw Hungry Man made these half orange chicken fried rice and half lo mein bowls. And I said, this would stop me going to Panda Express 100%. And so I got it, and I have not tried it. I might try it after work tomorrow and try to have it for work tomorrow, or after work tomorrow. And I am genuinely so excited for it. I mean, it ended up being like ridiculous, like $4 or $5. That shit was $2.50 when I was in college. God, I'm old, but what I'm trying to get across is that excuse me. Golly, I'm falling asleep at the wheel here. All right, let's just hit our first check. But yeah, I remember when those were getting the regular chicken or the spicy chicken for like $2.50 at Walmart at like 2 in the morning with my roommate Tommy, who's my best friend. And history will know us as very close friends. But I will say that we have been, as I kind of get back into just Sudoku, I am starting to struggle at this point, which is okay. I didn't expect the world here, but I'm trying to think what would give me the most information. I know 6, this can't be a 5, of course. So we know 5 is one of these two. Okay. We know 5's up there. We don't know that 5 can't be there. Which is unfortunate. Let's take a step back. Take a step back, take a deep breath. And let's just like for these spaces, let's just try to see what we know. Like we know this is 1, 3, 5, 6, 8 for these 5. So if we know 1 can't be there, we know 3 can, we know 5 can, we know 6 cannot, but we know 8 can. 1 can, 3 can't, 5 can, 6 can. And then this one is 3, 5, 6. So yeah. We know 8 has to be up here. Which kind of helps me now that 8 cannot be there. Which means, I mean, 8 could be here or here. So yeah, we've solved a little bit. We have started to slowly like logic it out. And I think that was the point of this. Like we know this is 1, 3, 4, 5, 8 up top. Yeah, it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 8. Maybe 8. That's 1, 3, 4. Do 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 do. I think I might be cutting myself short. I mean, we know 4 and 7 can't be in here. And then we know 4 and 7 actually can't be here, so we are right that that's 5 and 6. Part of me starting to get the guessing game going. Let's get the guessing game going. Let's just do this. I thought that was going to be a 6 anyway. Exactly. Which actually solves this whole one up here. It's actually very nice. Thank you for treating me so good. Yeah, we know 6 has to be on this end or the other end. We know that it has to be a 4 and that has to be a 1 now. Are we sure this is not a 4 right there? No. You know, 4 has to be one of those two. We're missing 2, 6, 7 here. So that 2, 7, 2, 7. So we know that is a 6. We know this is a 2 or 7. Okay. So we are still slowly starting to solve. It was a stab in the dark, but we were correct. So we aren't too upset about it. Okay, let's see. Actually, we know this is going to be 5. Because 5 has to be up here, here, in that one, and then 5 is over here. So we know, and then 5 is blocked right there. So we know 5 has to be over there. I mean, this can technically be a 1. So yeah, 1 can technically be here or here. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay. I'm just starting to try to math this out in my head for some reason. Like I see the 4s here. So if we said this is not a 4 and this has to be 7 or 8. Okay. Anything I can learn from this? Oh, that can't be 5. Actually, we just know that is a 5. It's actually very nice to know. Which means this is the 4 we were looking for. Yuck, yuck. That's a 4. 7, that's 4. 4's up here. That has to be the 6, 7, and 8. 3, 6. I'm trying to think what numbers are here. What are we missing? 1, 8, 9. That is 1. Okay, that'd be 8 or 9. Cannot fill it out just yet. Actually, that just has to be a 4. That's a 5. That'll be 1, 5 right there. That'll be 2, 3. Able to solve all of our 3s. Not too shabby. 2. Is that a 2? Okay, well, I mean, we had 7, 8, 9. You know, 1 has to be over here naturally. We're missing 7, 6. If that is 7 and or guaranteed to be a 7, 8, that'll be a 1. That'll be a 4. Make this an 8, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 8. There we go. By George, I think I've got it. That has to be 1. That has to be 2. And then this is our last 8. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Took us a little bit of time, but we were able to figure it out with a little bit of guesswork. We were able to figure it out and solve it with the good old noggin. I think that's what I love trying to get across, is sometimes things may seem insurmountable and not make sense on the surface, but you are able to figure them out slowly but surely. Take care. Stay safe. I'll catch you next time. Remember to like it and subscribe. YouTube likes it when I say that. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.